All right, guys. So it's been an interesting week for the Lakers, honestly. They got their asses blown out by the Warriors. They got lucky and somehow beat the Houston Rockets. Of course, they beat the Pelicans. But now they got the Thunder coming up in the next two games. And the thing about it is that I've been saying on this channel for a while now, the Lakers, honestly, people kept talking about how great they are this year, what they're doing. Every time they play a team that's a legitimate threat to win the championship, they get their asses handed to them. They never stand a chance. They honestly get run off the floor. And we've been seeing it time and time again. Now they just played the Warriors a few days ago. Great game, by the way, but was never actually even close of a game at all. The Warriors just stomped them out, beat the shit out of them, and it was what it was, man. But I'm going to let Scap Attack talk about it. Shout out to Scap, by the way, man, and I'm going to chime in.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. As Steph Curry and company strided into Los Angeles, 1.5-point dogs in a massive showdown with the Lakers in a game with monumental playoff seeding stakes. I do mean wild, as we are down to the final week and a half of this NBA regular season, with most teams being down to around 6 games or less to play, while the 6 teams located currently in the 3 through 8 seeds out west are all separated by just 2 games in the loss column. The Oklahoma City Thunder's 1 seed and the Houston Rockets' 2 seed are out of play at this time, but it seems as if any team can finish anywhere between 3 through 8 at this point.
And listen, we put ourselves in a position where we can, move up at times, or stay where we at, or if we don't take care of business, it's gonna go down. I mean, it's bunched up like you just said. So every game matters.
With the biggest,
which is funny because they want to say that now, but didn't they all sit out against the Bucks just a few weeks ago and gave that game away, and then came back on a heroically sad losing streak, losing to the Chicago Bulls twice? One of those games, just a complete blowout, lost by like 30-something plus. And then the second game, they lose because Josh Giddey hits the clutchest shot almost ever against LeBron James, who LeBron was guarding him, right? It's funny, man, because I think right now the Lakers are the 4th seed, right? And the Warriors beat them, and there's a really big chance that the Warriors get ahead of them or take their seeding, wind up being the 4th seed while the Lakers are the 5th seed. Now, me personally, I don't want to see the Lakers play the Warriors in the first round just because I want to see the Warriors. I think, honestly, the best way to see the finals would be like the Warriors versus the Thunder. The Lakers, for all y'all who are wondering, they're not making shit, bro. This team is ass. They can win against Pelicans. They can win against the Jazz. They can, whoop up on teams that don't matter. But whenever they're put to the test, whenever they have to put the pedal to the metal, they crap out every single time. And you can always thank their leader. Lately, we've been seeing, if you haven't been paying attention, a lot of commentary about Luka Doncic. Why is Luka playing slow? Why is Luka, what's going on with his game? Can Luka step up? And let me ask y'all something. At first, everybody was saying Luka was out of shape, right? Okay, there should be no reason why he's out of shape at this point. So if his production isn't what it's supposed to be, we know what he did last year. We know what Luka Doncic is capable of. We know he didn't have no life-threatening injury, right? So wouldn't you ask yourself, maybe it's the team / players that he's playing with that are messing up his game, i.e. LeBron James? Because he seems to ball out whenever LeBron's not on the floor or whenever LeBron decides to take a day or two off, right? But then when he's playing with LeBron, he's having a rather pedestrian game. Honestly, still a great game, but they wind up losing most of these games, with LeBron being like a minus 27 in the plus minus half the time. I find it interesting. But I think the Warriors are probably going to move up get past the Lakers in the standings. If I had to guess, the Lakers is probably going to be either the sixth or fifth seed, I would say, because I think the Grizzlies might get above them as well. And if that's the case, the Lakers are going to be in trouble, man. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers had to play the Rockets in the first round. They're probably going to try to do something like that. But the sad thing is that I would put them in the play-in. And that would mean yet another year that LeBron James is in the play-in for the playoffs.
Biggest carrot being dangled in front of all of them being the 3 seed.
Well, to win. I mean,
Every month, this Airbnb pays me in semi-passive income. Now, here's the thing. I don't own it, and I don't.
Getting away from the Thunder until the last possible moment you have to play them, namely the Western Conference Finals. The teams with the best look at it right now are the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors, and the LA Lakers, with the 2 teams that miss it of those 3 likely to fall into the 4-5 line and therefore having the displeasure of playing one another in the first round, and after a very hard-fought first-round series, then being forced into that second-round matchup with OKC. And at the
Yeah, that'd be crazy too, by the way. If the Lakers fall to the 6th seed, they're probably playing the Nuggets again in the first round. Honestly, though, I'm not going to lie. The Nuggets they're not the same this year, man. I ain't going to lie to you. They're not the same. And then they also got that nut job, Russell Westbrook, on their team, who, although, I don't have no shade to really give Westbrook, but I will just say, like, his IQ all over the place, bro. This man runs up and down the court all over the place. Now, right now, I think the Lakers are currently, like I said, the 4th seed or the 3rd seed. But they got to play the Thunder twice. And in my opinion, they're going to get blown out both those games. Like, I'm actually about to watch the game tomorrow, but I really just see a 30-something point blowout. And if that happens, it will let everybody know in the entire media who has been spending this past year, ever since Luka got to the Lakers, telling you that they're going to win the championship or make it to the fucking finals, and lying to you with this manipulation of marketing that they've been doing. But I don't think, I think these next 2 games are just going to be a real testament of what we're really seeing, and honestly just prove if I'm right or not, because like I've been saying for the last few months, the Lakers are just a fraud of a team. Their leader, LeBron James, biggest fraud that I've ever seen in my life. But we'll see.
the start of this night, it seemed as if the LA Lakers had the advantage in getting that most sought-after 3-seed line, as they had a 1.5 game lead on both Denver and Golden State. And, well, they just maintained his dominance over LeBron in what has been a pretty one-sided affair over the last, roughly decade or so.
It's always a challenging time you play Golden State. It's been like that for the last over a decade. So probably since like 2014, when they really started to get it going. So
sure, these two.
LeBron never really stood a chance against Golden State. I'm going to be honest with you. The only time the Lakers ever, not even the Lakers, but just LeBron himself has ever really dominated against Golden State was when he played with Anthony Davis. And the reason why is just Anthony Davis is just like the Golden State whisperer, for, as an example, because they can't stop this dude. And his defense was just out of this world. And most of the time when they played the Warriors, I was saying it even before their first matchup, I think this is like 2020, 2021. I'm like, Anthony Davis gives the I know it was the 2022 season. It was that season because that was the season that the Warriors got back together after all those injuries they had suffered. And I was just sitting there like, Anthony Davis is going to give them problems. He's going to give them problems. And that's what I've been seeing over the last couple of years. Lakers don't got him no more. And as you seen last night, especially with Jimmy Butler on the team, they honestly just don't have enough grit to get the job done. And I don't think it's just necessarily the team itself. I always tell you, it's LeBron Ramon James. This dude will play you out of a game more times than not. And a lot of people just don't see it, and the media will never talk about it. Lakers got like 6 games left. Again, they played the Thunder 2 times, and then they played the Rockets again. They just luckily beat the Rockets the last time. I don't know if they'll beat them this time because both teams just honestly were ass in that first quarter. And then they got the Trailblazers and the Mavericks. I could see the Lakers losing one of those games, but to be honest, they should win both of them. But that's 3 games out of their next 5 games they have left in the season that they might just go ahead and lose, bro. And if they do, the standings are so close. I think right now they're the 3rd seed, and they could easily fall to the 6th seed just by losing those 3 games alone. So it's a lot to be aware of, especially if you're trying to figure out where you are in the standings this year, because it really kind of matters. If you fall to the 4th seed, right, then you got to play the Thunder in the second round. If you're around the 2nd, 3rd, well, you won't be the 2nd seed, but if you're the 3rd or the 5th seed or the 6th seed, then more than likely, if you're the 6th seed, 6th seed or 5th seed, more than likely you're going to have to play the fucking Nuggets or the Warriors. The 3 teams that I think really have a chance at all are going to be the Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Warriors. The Nuggets have somebody who's already taken them to the championship, and we know how Jamal Murray steps up in the playoffs. And then when you look at the Warriors got Steph Curry, a proven vet. Honestly, have you been seeing how he's been playing the last couple of weeks? And then you got the Thunder, who are on pace to win 70 games this season, bro. And I'm really hoping they get there. I hope they go undefeated and get to 70 games. Because if they get to 70, they should be able to get to 70 games. At worst, they should have a 68-game season. And I'm hoping they get to 70, dog. That'll be out of this world. But anyway, the Lakers, honestly, depending on where they land, could be in trouble. And if you fall past the fourth seed, then you're definitely playing away. You're giving the other team home court advantage for the next couple of series. And there's a very big chance that, especially if they play the Nuggets or the Warriors, they go home in the first round. They get lucky and play the Rockets, who knows? Will Şengün step up or not? They're very young. You can see the Rockets losing just off of experience and off of the refs, giving enough whistles to the Lakers. So it's a lot to really be to look out for in this next week and a half of the end of the season, especially if they lose both these Thunder games. But if they get blown the fuck out, like I'm trying to tell you, I believe they will. But if they get blown out these next 2 Thunder games, kiss the whole playoffs goodbye, because that should just tell you right there the Lakers aren't going to – they're not beating the Thunder. They're not getting out. Can we get out of the delusion that most of the fan base is in right now, where they want to sit here and believe what the media is saying and have hope for something that doesn't exist? And I'm gonna let y'all know something. My biggest problem with the media is that they've always done this with the Lakers. And when I was younger, I used to buy into it. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I used to buy into this bullshit, bro. Like, I swore I thought LaMarcus Aldridge was going to be a Laker, man. I thought he was going to come save Kobe. I thought Kobe was going to come back from that Achilles, good as new, have LaMarcus Aldridge, a loaded team, make a big playoff run. But it never happened. Then they kept preaching Paul George. Thank God he didn't come. And preaching Kawhi Leonard and all these other players. Kevin Durant was going to come. DeMar DeRozan, this, that, and the third. None of that shit ever happened. But they just need to spin the cycle for the Lakers. Now that LeBron is here, it's even worse. But it's a lot worse because all the lies are revolving around LeBron and his game, which is horrible. He's a net negative player for this team. has been all year, has been for a while now. And they will not call him out for it. You see games like these, the Warriors blow them out. This game should have been talked about as much as it was talked about because it was a TNT game. I think it should have had twice the amount of media marketing than it did. There should have been a lot of conversations about Steph Curry's legacy and how great he is. But games like this where the Lakers get embarrassed or the Lakers lose, they kind of wash it under the and sweep it under the fucking rug. And it's annoying to watch. Again and again and again, they just don't stop. But one day, I think when LeBron is, finally off this damn team, we can actually get back to watching good basketball. Austin Reeves, I think he's averaging 20 right now. He could have honestly averaged about 22 this season. He's looking like a good second star. For this to be his fourth season as an NBA player, I wouldn't be surprised if, LeBron's gonna get in his way, but if it wasn't for LeBron, I wouldn't be surprised if he gave you 24.5 to 25 points next year. The only problem I have with Austin Reeves is I'm tired of his damn flopping. Hate watching that shit, man. It's so annoying to watch all these players flop up and down the street begging for free throws. But he definitely looks like a player that's going to give you 24 to 25 points. That's great for somebody who's at the end of the first round. Then when you look at Luka, you also got Luka. The Lakers honestly just need a center. Honestly, this team would improve tenfold next year if they did nothing else but get a center and drop LeBron. And Jackson Hayes, by the way, kudos to him, man, because he's playing phenomenal for what he's supposed to be giving you, especially as a role player. Kudos to Jackson Hayes. Ideally, the Lakers would probably want somebody like Miles Turner. I've been saying that for a while now, too. You get somebody like Miles Turner who could put numbers on the board and can play some team defense, then, you're good. Know what I'm saying? But if they just got rid of LeBron, and y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please do. But if all they did was get rid of LeBron, you're looking at a legit team next year that's serious. Especially if Luka Doncic decides to come in shape like he should, because he's going to be under a heavy microscope next year. But who knows, with the way these players played in this era, they don't give a damn about anything except the money. So who knows? But appreciate y'all watching this video, man. I'm going to do a part 2, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'm up out of here.